everyone. We're back for another episode of Fridays with the Fiddle Fig, where we cover common questions, misconceptions, and myths about real estate. Hi, I'm John Selby with the Selby team, and this week's question is about appraisals. Who pays for it? Is it required? What happens if an appraisal comes in overvalue or undervalue? And who does the appraisal? So these are a few questions that we've had from various different clients throughout our years of experience, and just thought I'd cover these topics for you today. So first topic, who pays for an appraisal? It's very, very typical and standard for a buyer. They're the ones getting the loan to be paying for the appraisal. Typically, it'll be paid upfront to the lender for the lender to then order an appraisal. And that usually needs to be done in a timely manner, so that's typically one of the first things you're going to do once you get into escrow. The next question is it required? If you're getting a loan, I would say 90 to 95, even maybe 100% of the time, in many cases, it is required. Now, recently I've ran into a few instances where a lender's been able to waive this fee, or waive an appraisal in general. And that's typically when a house is being sold and the buyer's putting a large down payment. I'm talking 30, 40, 50+% of the total purchase price down as a down payment. Another question is, who actually performs these appraisals? And there's actually a California license for appraisal. So any appraiser coming out needs to be a licensed appraiser. And typically there's appraisal pools with various different lenders. They can submit into the appraisal pool that an appraisal needs to be done, and an appraiser goes in, picks it out, and actually goes and performs the appraisal. So what happens if an appraisal comes in low? For example, you're in escrow at $525,000 with the seller, and the appraisal comes in at $500,000. So I see this as you having four options in this situation. One, you as the buyer can agree to pay the difference between $500,000 and $525,000. The seller can agree to reduce the purchase price and match that of the appraised value of the house. You can meet in the middle, if you will. The seller comes down a little bit, buyer goes up a little bit with some of their own cash or increasing their down payment. Or the buyer can just decide, you know what, I want to move on and cancel this escrow and find another house. And so what happens if an appraisal comes in high then? You win instant equity in your house right then and there on the spot. So that's this week's episode of Fridays with the Fiddle Fig. If you have any common questions, misconceptions, or myths about real estate, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and we'll make sure to address it on another episode. John Selby, see you next week.